Morning. Oh, also. Okay. Confront Barbaricha and the Storm's Crown. You know, I also... Oh, first off... Yeah. Right, is that... Yeah, I'm equipped with the best stuff. I don't have... I know I have White Mage unlocked. I just don't know what level my White Mage... I can actually check. White Mage 32. I kind of want to level White Mage a bit. Would it just be Conjurer's Arms, I'm guessing? Okay, no, I just need to buy a bunch of healer stuff. anything slightly cheaper? Hey Nev, how's it going? I'm just hunting for whatever the cheapest white mage gear is. Here we go. Actually, yeah, I can just grab some stuff elsewhere, right? Because yeah, I wanted to start leveling white mage again, but I totally do not have the correct armor for it. There's just like an NPC I can go to, right? Battlecraft supplier. There we go. There we go. This shit's a lot better. Why were they buying... yeah, okay. Who cares? Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. What did I need? I needed... Can you... No, but there's no earrings available. Is there a place that sells earrings specifically? Jeweler, probably. Battlecraft accessories. Hell yeah. This makes a lot more sense. There's the... Do any of you have mind? None of these have mind on them. I don't think it really matters. Ideally, I'm going to be leveling fast enough that I can get my own shit. Why are all of these out of order? Mind is the healing still, I believe. Medica's the AoE heal. Nobody uses sleep. Wind dot. And we're gonna want cure 2 over cure. Wow, I have far less skills than I thought that I did. Let's actually see. Is that literally all I have right now? No, Presence of Mind. Reduces recast time. That is more or less, light speed. Okay, cool. That's all of my healer stuff. Let's see. Can I be fashionable? You know, this actually kind of works nicely. For now, this will work. And then where do I need to go for the white mage minion guide? I have to be wearing Komasan. What am I doing? Why am I Googling? I literally can just look it up in game. Collection. Yokai Medallion. Western Lenosha. I don't understand why collection is under duty. Why does that make any kind of sense? Why isn't it under logs? I just had to. Okay, so East Shroud. Let me hit something! Let me hit something! Why is collection under logs? I hate being a caster. The fact that, like, all the people in the Fates are, like, murdering things immediately. There. There we go. I want to get some hits in. I'm currently queuing for an instance. I'm just doing this in the off time. It said the average wait time was 6 minutes 6 minutes ago. Yay! That's too high level for me. Alright, yeah, let's head down here. I appreciate this man vibe checking everything for me. I just want to make sure I get some hits in so the game understands that I was here and I did things. It'll also let me eat an egg in these trying times, yeah. Yay! Give me the dang Komasen medals though. All right, nobody's here. That's too high a level. That's too high a level. Let's head back to Lenosha and see if anything spawned over there. Yeah, no, the earring is... Yeah, no, the game automatically gives me Azima's earring. And yeah, this is gonna level me faster, so that's the important thing. Oh! Give me the medal! I want my lion dog staff. That is level 40. Not doing that. Oh, this one's halfway done already. We're not halfway done, but in progress. I have so many buttons to push. Still no medals. Oh. Can I do this on my own? Oh, probably. Yeah, I do have the minion out. He's right here. And I'm wearing the yokai watch. I did not mean to hit the bat. Oh my God, birds! Alright, Edgar's got the birds taken care of. Cool. Birds, stop. There we go. There we go, Legendary Komasan medal. Just need to do that 9 more times. Gertrude's the big lady, yep. I heard a friend say that too. I'm just wearing it for good measure. I'm sad. So, like, what I really need to do is I need to go grind fates in, I'm sad that none of the Yokai Watch, things will let you grind fates in, Shadowbringers or Endwalker zones. Because I need to get to level 6 in every zone in order to unlock the bicolor gem traders. And I want to get the music. I want to use the Baldessian Annex theme for, like, my room. There we go. Any more? That's too high a level. That's too high a level. No, it's 0 fates, 6 fates, 60 fates. It's in increments of 10. Well, multiples of... It increases tenfold after the first level. No, it is 6. Because I did this last night. 1 out of 6. 0 out of 60. It is 6 fates to get you to rank 2. Alright. Also, before I forget, give me a white mage list there. And okay, let's do the actual plot. Man, I've already been in Final Fantasy IV. We've been in Final Fantasy IV for an entire patch.
Come, give yourselves to my scouring winds that I may feast upon your essence.
It's fine, the C word's not a swear. Game Changer said so.
Such rich, exquisite evening. My head should burn to be... Oh no, God.
All right, what do I do? I'm gonna hang out with this group of friends because it feels like they understand. Okay, I see. It tells us the direction. Oh, oh, shit. Okay, well, both tanks need to be here, right? Double tank stack. Okay, she's gonna swoop around. Okay, so we had to get closer. Good to know. Ah!
My legs are as the wind. Strong and free.
Oh, I was not paying attention at all. Double tank. Where's the other tank? Tanks together. Hair.
You feel it too, do you not? You've done well, love. But the battle has only just begun.
Oh no, she shaved. Oh no, her hair is she's gone full hairsuit Bayonetta mode. Okay. She's gonna one punch man us. What do we do? Alright, this is gonna rotate. Oh god. Okay. Move over here. We spread out from me. Yeah, no, it's a whole lot. I kind of like it. She's not staying still, too, which I think is making it hard to hit her with a limit break. There we go. Oh shit. There we go.
No, I will not be denied.
Yeah, you will be. I'm gonna assume since her body was still there after that. Oh, I mean, I guess she has to be turned into Memoria still, but.
With the dragon's ether, I can yet. You're finished. Damn it all!
I see you've bested Barbaricia. Well done.
Her minions too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Ashdaya.
Nah.
So the Archfiend and her crystals yielded not.
Our efforts have not been entirely fruitless. We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
Indeed. We could not have come this far without your aid. Thank you, Zero.
I but fulfilled my part of the bargain. And now I will have my...
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power she used.
I wouldn't want to face another Archfiend without her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
Agreed. Eager though I am to continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste. Let us suspend the mission and tend to Zero.
Zero hasn't so much as stirred, such power she must have expended. In her present state, she's easily prey for void scent. We must be on our guard. Though so slow as to be nearly imperceptible, Zero's chest rises and falls in a steady rhythm. Though Zero remains unconscious, she appears otherwise fine. Insofar as I can discern at any rate, being part void scent, her physiology may be rather different from ours. Let us observe her for a while and as we discuss our next move. How long do you suppose she will remain this way? I haven't the faintest inkling, nor can I say whether the ether we can afford to share will be enough to awaken her. It would be best to take her back with us to the source. There, she would be guaranteed all she requires. Zero cannot give her consent, but it seems we have no choice. The alternative would be to leave her here, defenseless. Should she later desire it, we can bring her home. Might I ask you to hold on to Barbaricia's Memoria? It may yet serve a purpose. Hello. What are you up to, friend? What happened to her? You have business with Zero? We have a newcomer, a former minion of Barbaricia. Let her know when she wakes, will you? Barbaricia's minion. Why not go find this newcomer, so we have something to tell Zero, if nothing else. Indeed. May it trouble you to join me? With luck, we might learn something of Golbez. This appears to be the newcomer. You're the ones who felled Barbaricia! I won't make trouble, I'll obey, so please let me stay. If you would obey, then tell me what you know of Golbez. There isn't much I can tell, only the Archfiends are allowed into his domain, wherever it is, none but they know. I see, no better way to guard oneself than keeping one's location secret. How does Golbez communicate with his minions afield? He has these scepters, stabs, whatever they are, uses them to talk to those far away. Not unlike Link Pearls, at least in function. That will be all. My thanks for your cooperation. My thanks to you as well for affording me the time. I'm satisfied, so let us return to others and head home. Well, I'm sure Nabdeen has matters under control. I can't help but worry. Let's not keep them waiting. Vritra has told all. Golbez goes to great lengths indeed to conceal his whereabouts. Trust you understand that once we leave the 13th, we will not return until we are prepared to resume our search. Knowing this, are you ready to depart? You'll not be able to freely return to the 13th. Are you certain you wish to leave? Yeah. I can turn on New Game Plus if I want to take screenshots in here. Back to Troya then, and thence home.
You're all safe. Thank the sisters.
A moment while I close the gate. There. We may rest easy for now. Was there any trouble? I expect some void sense slipped through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important?
Who's the random girl we came
You know,
back with?
The polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
You are right. It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
And we are glad to receive you, Vashan. Welcome home.
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once.
Yeah, also no one's asking about this girl we just wandered in with. We've been expecting you. If you would follow me, I'll show you the guest chambers.
Our mission took many an unexpected turn. I am relieved that we have all returned safely. But before you all enjoy the rest you have earned 12 times over, I would consult you on one last matter.
Zero.
While she appears none the worse for wear, she remains locked in slumber, and I cannot help but worry. Is there aught we can do to expedite her recovery? If her ether is exhausted, perhaps I can share some of mine now.
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others, be it by trade or by force. In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether. Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
Then we need but wait?
I believe so. She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat. Judging by her form, she should also be able to...
Oh,
I know you
and-
promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine Harnish cuisine more.
I didn't mean to hit that. Okay, so lore thing that slightly bothers me. Because they're like, oh man, you can't replenish ether in the 13th because darkness. But you also couldn't replenish ether in the first because light. Like if you were in the empty, you weren't able to replenish ether because light made everything stagnant. You'd think that darkness would make there be an overabundance of ether, especially with how you can just regenerate from being dead. I don't know.
Food can certainly be arranged.
She looks like any other person. Unsurprising, perhaps, given that she is only part void sent.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence. A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is void sent, rendering it dominant. Thus we were able to reverse it with the power of light. I labor to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Thandaniel. Were Zero wholly void sent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her. One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
is no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself invaluable. A boon from Heidelin herself. Her cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am willing to pay it. Exhausting though it may be at times.
I still feel like, so Graha's plan was to yeet himself into the rift between worlds with all the light ether. I say you yeet yourself into the 13th. Just see what happens. If you were gonna blow up with a world-ending amount of light ether, do it in the place that has been that has a world-ending amount of dark ether, and just, I don't know, maybe it turns back into a normal-ass world. If I may excuse myself, I wish to pay a visit to the High Crucible. While the scales functioned admirably, it would be prudent to have them inspected for signs of degradation. By all means, I should do the same for this vessel. Then I'll go meet with the soldiers, share with them what I had learned from finding the Void Set in the 13th. What of you? Have you any immediate plans? I should go tend to my island. I have not touched that at all. I'm just worried about Zero. In that case, might I trouble you with a small task? I wish to have food ready for Zero when she awakens, you see. Would you be willing to go to Maride's Mahane and ask for suitable refreshments? Excellent. In the meantime, Nidhana shall watch over Zero. She is already en route. Let us each then tend to our respective business and reconvene anon. Welcome to Maride's Mahane. Pray make yourself comfortable. The guest of the Satrap has collapsed from hunger. Of course I'd be happy to help. You need only tell me what you desire. A modest quality of a living mortal's ether should suffice. Hey Chill, how's it going? I'm afraid we don't have that particular delicacy. If I may, I'd recommend getting something gentle on the stomach, like these apples here. They just come in, and I can guarantee the freshness. Afterwards, once your guest feels better, she's welcome to sample whatever else we can provide. Just let me know. Yeah. I need to get, I need to probably update, filters. Again, I just set up Kick for kicks, haha. So I should probably mess with it a little bit more. But I know about when I see it.
Light. Is this an inn? What happened? How did I get here? There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful! Ah! Ah!
What is this? Some sort of fiend?
A fiend? Where is it? Where? But this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door, so to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that.
I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
I took the liberty of arranging refreshments.
Oh, he's small again.
I hope you find them as flavorful as they are invigorating.
Why do you need to be small?
This isn't what you promised. I suppose ether is ether.
You could eat it too.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow. That's the way. So, did it taste good?
I don't know.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we void scent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing, but diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die. And I have died, countless times.
You have? But what happens when you do?
She comes back.
Not much. After a while, you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
The question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent, and for that, I apologize. If you wish it, we will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
It's fine. I have no reason to go back. Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
I do. I have yet to find my sister.
Can you teach us how to turn people into crystals?
I want nothing more than to rush to her aid, to find this Golbez and free her from his clutches, if he still holds her captive.
We'll say also this would have helped us
Though
a
if
lot
our
killing
recent
Asians.
experience has taught us anything, 'tis that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
I mean, Y'shtola, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the 13th is less dangerous than we initially thought that it was. Like, there's some semblance of society, which I didn't get the vibe of that from my brief foray into the world of darkness before. Granted, I'm now level 90 and not level 50, so, like, I guess it's less dangerous because I've saved the world from the embodiment of depression, and so this seems like child's play. But, like, there's some sort of hierarchy that's understandable and things I can talk to without worrying about dying immediately. So, yeah, we do still need that, but we already knew that part.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake. You managed to return in one piece this time. But don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, while we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, Radzet Han.
Again, a stranger in this strange land. I have a condition. You must come too.
You have my thanks.
This world's brimming with ether. I feel invigorated just standing here in the breeze. Glad to hear that. Is there any place in particular you wish to see? Perhaps where that food came from. Apple, was it? While I don't expect I'll collapse again, it would be good to know where I can procure more if necessary. Marides Mahane it is. I shall introduce you to the head waitress, Mihiel. Are there other talking points that I'm missing? Does not look like it. This is the place. The air's different here, and I speak not of the heat. The texture to it, a fullness unlike that of elsewhere. You smell the cooking, I believe. Hannish cuisine is quite fragrant and delicious, I hope you'll agree. We could attempt to introduce Zero to Maride herself, but Mihiel's more likely to be available. I think Zero would feel less out of place if we just told her about capitalism. Source, we do odd jobs for money, which is like ether. Welcome to Marides Mahane. Greetings, Mihiel. May I introduce you to Zero? She's an esteemed guest, and I ask that you see to her meals during her stay. Ah, yes, Maride told me all. Pray come to us whenever you're hungry. We'll look after you. Just hear that Missing obtained the apple. While the palace cooks can prepare whatever you desire, 'tis certainly a quick and convenient food. I'll remember it. Who are the ones there, moving their bodies about? Is it for some ritual related to eating? The dancers? They move their bodies to bring pleasure to those who are watching. It is a form of entertainment, part of our culture. How needlessly complicated. We Voidsent prefer simpler pleasures. That may be the way of it now, but your world too must have had such complicated diversions once. I don't remember. Well, let's move on. I propose we visit Balsham Bazaar, where the goods of our world may be found. We're heading over here. There are talking points around. What are all these things for? What do you do here? It's a marketplace where people buy and sell goods. Since its earliest days, Radzat Han has served as a trading hub, and here you'll find not only local products, but wares from distant lands. I should mention that vendors generally only accept payment in coin or tomestones. If there's aught you desire, I shall take care of it. That's what tomestones are for. Voidsent returned with them on occasion, but I never knew their purpose. It struck me as useless trinkets, and I couldn't understand your obsession with them. On that subject, there appeared to be no shops in the 13th. Do you never make bargains in which possessions are exchanged? We do rarely. We strike bargains when we want something done. If we desire an object, we kill whoever has it. I see. Your bargains may be linked to employment. Likened to employment, I believe. I shall bear this in mind. With that, let's continue on. I propose we head to the High Crucible of Alchemia. Why, Master Vritra, how may I serve you this day? If you are here for your vessel, I'm afraid we're still tending to it. No, there's no rush. Pray take as much time as you require, and know that I have complete faith in your work. The High Crucible is home to the finest alchemists. They are the ones who created my bodies, and can provide you with the healing as well. Now that I think of it, you weren't at all surprised when I changed forms. Were you aware of my nature from the start? That I was a soul occupying a vessel not my own? It's hardly uncommon in our world. When given the chance, many shed their bodies to claim stronger ones. Oh, you must be the rumored guest. We've been most eager to meet you. If you have a moment, would you care to stay for some tea? The sisters know we'd love to hear your tales. No, I've had enough food for now, and I can always obtain more without the need for inane chatter. Now, no need to decline outright. I dare say you're tired, so let us save it for another time or return to Megaduda. If aught catches your eye en route, please do not hesitate to say so. Why did they put the aetheryte all the way over here where there's fucking nothing? Surprise tool that'll help us later. Some sort of fruit? Pitiful things, though. I imagine you need to eat a lot to derive any satisfaction. These are mulberry trees. While the fruits are indeed edible, more important are the leaves, which we feed to silkworms. Without these creatures, we wouldn't have the silk to make our famous Thavnarian weave. Furthermore, the bark of the tree also possesses medicinal properties. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more useful plant. Is that so? Aside from food, I wouldn't have considered any other purpose for it. Master Vritra, and missing too. Citizen young Murad. That must be your sister, Yashra. Is all well in the orphanage? Yes, Your Excellency. The other children are very nice, and we all look out for one another. Just the other day, Estinian came to see us. Everyone was really excited. Truly, Estinian paid you a visit? That as well. Is she a new friend? Friend? Do you know what that is? You mean you don't? She's a visitor from a faraway land, you see, and is still unfamiliar with our language. Then we'll teach you. A friend's like someone you play with. Play with. Flashback to Xenos beating the shit out of us. Play with. Xenos seemed to be enjoying himself when he fought you. Is that the same thing? More or less. I see, but is having someone to play with so fulfilling? I don't understand why. Why he traversed the great expanse? Why he risked life and limb for you? I waste energy by dwelling on such things. I'm not Xenos. I stand to gain nothing by knowing his heart. I'm sorry I couldn't explain it well. There's no need to apologize. The fault's not yours, but mine for failing to make sense of your words. We better get back to our errand. Goodbye, it was nice meeting you. What is a friend? It is a seemingly simple question, but answering it is anything but. Only a child, innocent and pure, could reply with nary a moment's hesitation. Through Xenos, I thought I understood the ways of your world, but the more I learn of it, the more I realize how little I actually know. It's also strange, your behavior and your reasons. I find myself baffled at every turn. But the feeling's not unwelcome. I'm learning, bit by bit. It was the right decision to join you. I believe Zero's time here has been rewarding, and 'twas in no small part due to your company. My thanks for agreeing to join us. Let's return to Megaduda. The more I learn of it, the more I learn that maybe Xenos was an insane person, and I learned nothing useful through him.
So, what are your impressions of Radzatan?
There's a lot of mortals.
Considering your origin, I can see why that might be your first observation. Though they would call each other people, I think. If you wish to know about our fair city, I should be glad to place a guide at your disposal.
No need. I'll show myself around. There's only so much about my home I can share with you in return, after all. While I remember some few tales of the past, I cannot speak to their authenticity. But if that is enough, then I will tell you of the events that saw darkness engulf our world. The Contra Memoria.
Can't we go talk to Unukalhai also? He's still in the Rising Stones, isn't he?
We are all ears. Please.
Long ago, light filled the world and all was at peace. But then the servants of darkness came. and they bequeathed a black art unto men.
Summoning.
Channeling the power of hope and prayer, one could call forth fearsome beings known as Eidolons.
The Ascians. And these Eidolons are surely primals.
Then you have faced the same, and understand that when an Eidolon is birthed, strife follows. And in such strife, the weak are the first to suffer. When it seemed the world would be plunged into chaos, heroes appeared. They who were blessed with a singular power. The power to bind the ether of Eidolons within crystals known as memoria. My mother was one such memoriate. But in fighting to save many, she herself was touched by darkness. As was I.
And so you were born part void sent, before the world was overcome.
How exactly did that calamity come to pass? Did the Memoriates not triumph?
They did. They expunged the seeds of chaos and restored the peace, only to find themselves seduced by the darkness they had sealed. They spread the taint, transforming men into monsters, what you call void sent, and raised armies to wage new wars.
Not the first to be corrupted by power, nor the last.
Some defied temptation and held fast to the light. My mother and I among them. For years and years we fought, but it was not enough. And when our strength was spent, our bulwarks broken, so too was the world.
The flood of darkness.
The stars faded from the heavens as a pall black as pitch enveloped creation. Darkness raged unchecked, rending the very walls of reality. I was cast into the rift, and there trapped for what felt like an eternity. Until I came upon a crack. Tiny, infinitesimal, but enough for me to squeeze through. And find my world changed beyond recognition, into the lightless waste you saw.
So that is how you were able to escape becoming a void sent in full.
I suppose I should consider myself fortunate. Were I like most others, I wouldn't have lasted a day before being devoured. We, the lost, are better equipped to survive in a lost world.
A lost world, you say? I wouldn't be so sure. The 13th is still there, is it not?
We saved a world before. We could do some shit.
What are you getting at?
To explain requires that we initiate you into the truth of the source and its reflections. Be warned that this will take a while.
Anyway, so it all started out, I found this crystal one time, and after I did some dungeons, these guys called the Scions of the Seventh Dawn came and they were like, hey, you're really cool, do you want to fight primals? And primals are these things that are summoned by Ascians, and the Ascians wanted us to summon primals because they wanted to disbalance the source, which we didn't know that at the time because we kind of had to take a detour to finish the Dragon Song War. The Dragon Song War is this really big thing that happened between these elves and some dragons because the elves were assholes, but no one remembers that they were... Okay.
Unlike the worlds that have been rejoined, mine still...
The Oracle of Light prevented the first from being completely overcome. So the situation may not be completely identical to that of your 13th. But the fact remains that we were able to restore a measure of balance to a world brought to the brink of destruction. Which gives me cause to hope there may be a way to restore light and life to the 13th. Of course, these are only possibilities. I offer no guarantees. But having experienced what we have, I dare say we are more qualified than most to speak on the matter.
Wait, I don't understand. Why would you say these things? As if you mean to... But the sole reason you came to the Void was...
To find a dragon, aye. And in light of what we've seen, we'd be fools to strive for more. But we scions, former scions, begging your pardon, have a habit of not leaving well enough alone. And old habits die hard, don't they, my friend?
Restoring the light would serve our efforts to find and free Ashdaya. There is no reason not to try.
Do as you will. I have no desire to save that world.
Be that as it may, we will have need of your power when next we face Voidsent.
Can we talk about how using Memoria corrupted people into beings of darkness that went crazy?
You know how it works. If you want my help, you must pay my price.
Look, we gave you an entire strawberry pie.
And now that you've drawn Golbez's attention, it's going to cost you more. A lot more. I will consider this a deposit.
Like, look at that strawberry pie. That's gotta be worth saving a world or two over. I guess it's more like a tart rather than a pie. Either way, point being, looks delicious. As delicious as Final Fantasy XIV food can look. Our time in the Void was short. We managed to ascertain that my sister yet lives, and it cannot be overstated how fortunate we are to have met Zero. The greater blessing is nevertheless you, my friend, for your encouragement to embark upon my search anew, and your help in overcoming the challenges thus far. Ah! Hi! Hello there. Golbez and his minions will seek to stymie our efforts, of this we can be sure. With you all at my side, I have confidence that we can succeed, and that we'll be able to liberate my sister. Do we not want to point that thing out? Is that not important? Meanwhile, elsewhere...
now, Barbaricia. Useless, the both of them.
'Twas no lie. They conspire with a Memoriat.
And their search for the dragon will lead them here. The war looms nigh. We cannot allow these interlopers to interfere.
If I may, my lord, I have a plan to eliminate them.
And when I do, can I eat the entire dragon?
In order to guarantee its success, however, I will require Canyanzo's cooperation. Now there's sport to be had, then I'll play along. As much as I dislike following your lead, I have no patience for scheming.
Well and good to have confidence, but do not forget the cost of failure.
Rest assured, I will see the dream to fruition. Even should I be consumed by my own flames, I will pave the way for one and all.
Then I will trust in your oath and your plan.
We will give you cause to rejoice, my lord. This I vow. Some excitement for a change.
No sacrifice is too great. Even should my 4 archfiends be lost, I will not halt my steps. The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall.
So that is the Watcher. So okay, because a big thing that I was wondering is, was the moon also sundered? Because I remember being like, oh, well, what if everybody else can also escape the final days in a moon spaceship of their own? Because Zodiark was trapped in the moon and then had to be sundered, which means that every plane has to have its own moon, which means that they all have to have their own ship with the Zodiark in it. So that would mean the 13th did in fact have a moon with a Zodiark in it. Which would also make sense how you would disbalance the first towards darkness if you just let your shard Zodiark out. I don't know.
What irony that the blessed damned should set us free. As I swore so long ago.
Moon's haunted too. Every moon's haunted.
The gate lies open. At long last, my ambition shall be fulfilled!
Oh yeah, also, Unending Codex. I was curious. 14, seat of the council, seat of his lay empty. When his dear friend, former Azim Vanali, were to summon Heidelin, he did not take part in her plan. The circumstances and reasons were unclear. In the end, Azim walked a path all his own. As the world was divided into 10 and 3, and the unsundered Ascians sought to reconvene the council to facilitate the rejoining of reflections. Yet, while they succeeded in locating the fragmented souls of their erstwhile colleagues, these reincarnations had no recollections of their ancient lives. Thus did the Unsundered find it necessary to prepare crystals to replete with the knowledge and memories tied to each office. As a defector, Azim and his legacy were deemed unworthy of preservation. Moved perhaps by lingering affection, however, M itself crafted a crystal in secret which contained his dear friend's signature incantation, the Duty Finder. The selfsame crystal was inherited by the Warrior of Light, whose path has ever been paved with trial and tribulation. Whenever he's required to call upon the depths of his conviction, Azim's crystal is sure to answer. As always, your timing is most fortuitous. I wish to share with you news concerning Zero. You'll recall that in exchange for ether, she agreed to aid us in our search for my sister. At Y'shtola's suggestion, I began providing said ether in the form of food. Zero has found the arrangement to be agreeable and has been eating steadily. In large part to that, she claims to have already made a full recovery. If you and the others are ready as well, I would set forth into the void once more. I shall inform Y'shtola and Estinian and then go to collect my other vessel from the alchemists. In the meantime, might I go ask you to fetch Zero? She was absent when I visited her chambers earlier, but I suspect you'll find her in the corridor connecting Yuj and Kama. She is grown partial to the view of the city it affords. Once we have attended to our respective tasks, let us gather here. Excellent news. Trades resume. The merchants from all over are again passing through the city peddling their wares. Our town finally feels a touch more vibrant.
Everyone is so carefree.
To be fair, you kind of if you'd arrived here like a month earlier, shit would have been pretty bad.
Unafraid and unconcerned in spite of their weakness. And how easily their lives could be torn apart in an instant.
Trust me, they're all acutely aware of how easily their lives could be torn apart in an instant.
Such luxury is a loss to us. We have no hopes or dreams, not even the release of death. Only hunger. Others are a means to an end, at times a literal one. We forge covenants with men and come here to feed, or to die. I thought it would be no different when I was summoned by Xenos. Lives were tools to him, to be used and discarded at whim. In that respect, he was a void-centered heart. But towards you, and you alone, he behaved differently. And I cannot fathom why.
Their president was consumed by a monster and succeeded by the vice president, who was a secret immortal dragon. They also didn't know he was the vice president. They thought he was just, like, the president's pet. And they're like, actually, the president was my pet.
What was it that drove him? What made him choose such an end? But enough about that man. He is dead and we are all better for it. Why are you here? Was there something you needed? So you're heading back now. Then as per our bargain, I will go as well.
Can I? Whoop! Whoa! Okay, there was a larger gap than I thought. I'd been at the great work discussing our experiences in the void with the alchemists. Though they found much of it surprising, they were especially shocked to learn that darkness prevents souls from finding rest. So much ether. I can't remember the last time I felt such fullness. I could get used to this. If you're ready to go back to it, then so am I.
Everyone is here? Good. Let us set forth for the void once more.
What is it? He's calling.
What is the meaning of this?
Unless I'm mistaken, that was intended for one of your kin. Who?
It was for the briefest of moments, but I felt her. Ashdire.
I thought she was in the void.
As did I. Yet the presence was unmistakable. Thus did I call out, only for it to fade and vanish.
Perhaps she crossed over to the source, then immediately turned back.
I do not know. Could she have found a way home?
The how of it aside, if she was indeed in the source, there may be clues where she came through that could lead us back to her. Where exactly was it that you felt her presence?
Far to the north. That was all I could discern.
The north, you say? Beyond the bounty? Garlemald?
As good a place to start as any. My apologies, Zero, but your return to the void will have to wait.
I told you before that I have no reason to go back there. Do as you will.
All right. I presume you wish to stay here in Radzatan until we return?
You've kept me amply fed. I wouldn't be averse to helping you on your search.
If Ashdaya was indeed here, other Voidsent may have made the journey as well. Very well. We would welcome your company.
If it's decided, Then I'll contact our associates in Garlemald. It's me. Still talking everyone's ears off, I trust?
It's Estinian. This is Estinian.
Understood. We'll see you there. We're to rendezvous at Tertium. We'll need to teleport to make it there in time. Can you?
Aye. I know it well from my time as an avatar.
Did you attune to the Aetherites Xenos
Then it
attuned
seems we're
to?
all set.
Okay, we're just gonna conveniently...
If there is nothing else, let us see to our final preparations.
Gods revel, lands tremble. I am in the way of the title card. By all accounts, Ajdaya is Golbed's prisoner, yet if she was in the source, it could be that she managed to escape from the void, if only for a fleeting moment. That's mere conjecture. If we want the truth, then we must go find it. Let's make for Tertium. Our friends are waiting. I see you guys costume changed during mid teleport also. I thought to depart from Radzatan sooner, but Y'shtola insisted I bring warmer clothes. This vessel does not feel cold as such, but she reminded me that so long as I am Barshan, it would be prudent not to appear overly conspicuous. People live in such places, do they? Not that I would presume to know their preferences, but it seems uncomfortable. I trust you know the associates who will be joining us. Hopefully they have been keeping well.
Any moment now.
My friends, 'tis good to see you again.
And you. I was worried that the cold wouldn't agree with you, but you're both looking quite well.
You get used to it. It helps that there's no shortage of fuel and heaters like before.
Glad to hear it. Have you been working in Garlemald all this time?
We have. Though the worst is behind them, the people still have a long road ahead. With the nation in ruins and the leadership void yet to be filled, there remains a lack of direction, a pervasive sense of aimlessness and worry.
Still, everyone wants to make things better. And we're here to help. A lot of Garleans wanted nothing to do with us, but they're starting to come round. Slowly, but surely.
It sounds like quite the undertaking.
Indeed, it has not been easy. But we've been able to make progress thanks to the cooperation of like-minded souls. The allied nations continue to send supplies, which allow us to meet basic needs such as food and shelter. Meanwhile, Euless and a number of soldiers have begun a restoration initiative, with more and more volunteers joining by the day.
Like Alphino said, they've got a long road ahead of them. But we'll get there together, one step at a time. But enough about events here. What brings you to us? And with new company, besides.
This may take rather a long time to explain, but bear with me.
So we wanted to go treasure hunting, okay? Because we heard about this treasure and it was cool, and you know that thing that you did in Alamigo, we wanted to do that again. And turns out...
13th. After traveling to the edge of existence, I thought you'd keep your escapades closer to home for a while. But I suppose there's no stopping you. Not that I'm one to talk, of course.
The heart of an adventurer cannot be denied.
You could have at least invited me, too. Surely there was room enough for me and Grahar in the Undersea Vault.
Yeah, but Graha's my boyfriend. I thought you were busy. And also, there's no option of Graha's my boyfriend. It was a date, Alice. I promised him at the edge of the universe we'd go on adventures together.
Mostly. But on a more serious note, are we sure it's wise to keep Xenos' former avatar around? I understand how you came to work together, but nevertheless...
You're right to be cautious. I'm a void scent, after all. But do not conflate me with Xenos. To recall my time in his service, it angers me.
Is that so? I think we'll get along just fine, you and I.
Now that we are all caught up, to the matter at hand. As we were about to resume our search in the void, I felt the presence of my sister Ajdaya in the source. Somewhere in the far north. Perhaps even here in Galdemald.
Has Varshan been here before? How did he teleport?
If you have seen or heard anything out of the ordinary, I must know.
I think that's the harder question to answer. How did Varshan teleport here?
As a matter of fact, we may have. In recent days, we have had to contend with a surprising number of void scent. And not the lesser kind that occasionally manifest, but ones possessed of considerable power.
You think they might have been summoned? By whom?
We're not sure. But as Euless reminded us, practitioners of a certain traditional Garlean art rely upon void-sent servants. While there are no known Reapers left in Garlemald, we can't rule out the possibility that some are working in secret.
To summon not one, but several powerful voidsent is no small feat. But if Ajdaya was indeed called from the void...
Then it is likely the same party is responsible. Alternatively, the etheric confluence at the Tower of Babel may have triggered an expansion of natural fissures one could use to cross over. But I think that improbable, if not impossible.
Ooh, what if we use the Tower of Babel to go to the first?
These events have indeed been orchestrated.
To heck with the Crystal Tower. Tower of Babel send us to the first.
Well, summoned or no, we've been trying to track them to their origin. It's the mountains to the east, we think.
Can you guide us there?
I would, but the terrain is too difficult to traverse on foot. Nor is flying an option due to the winds.
Too much ground to cover in any case. Is there no way to narrow it down?
There is one place we thought to look first. An isolated village rumored to have once been home to a Reaper order.
Well, it does sound exactly like what we want to see.
That would indeed make an excellent start. Though the question of how to get there remains.
Euless may be of assistance. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass and consult him.
Okay. I have to get to work. Let us see. Is there anybody doing... Let's do Kieran again. He's playing Persona 4. We're going to go raid Chocolate Kieran. Thank you all for hanging out. If you're on YouTube, twitch.tv/ChocolateKieran. If you're on YouTube or on Kick. Until next time, I will be seeing y'all later. I'm hoping I can finish this story before Dawn Trail comes out. I probably can, but I need to stream more consistently to make it happen.